Just present morning. So we'll continue yesterday's morning. We were reading Baba's versions, which Baba had spoken on 11th of March 1981. The two main bases of successes. Yesterday, Baba had mentioned that the two main bases of success in service and to keep your stage always ascending is one, unbroken love with Baba, having Baba in our thoughts, in our words, and in our deeds. And the other basis was being in authority, or if you say experience, in points of knowledge, be it the point of drama, so that we can be stable, unshakable, and immovable, and be an image of experience. And yesterday, Baba also had mentioned that he has come to see and meet his friends and not speak anymore. And then Baba went on to share what different types of authorities we have. And we will start from there. So Baba said, you have many types of authorities. As Brahmins, we have many types of authorities. Other souls would only have one or two authorities. Some would be an authority of science, some an authority of scriptures, some an authority of medicine, and some an authority of engineering. What are you the authorities of? Make a list, and you will find it is a very long list. The first authority is that the world Almighty now belongs to me. Right? That's the first authority. Who belongs to me and whom do I belong to? The world Almighty. The authorities of everything in this world belongs to me. Therefore, all the authorities of the world belong to you too. If the world Almighty belongs to me, all the authorities of the world belong to me. Baba again says, make this list. You have the authority of having the knowledge of the beginning, the end, the middle, and the end of the world, on the basis of which and in the memory of which the Bible and the Quran and all the scriptures have been written. Yesterday also Baba mentioned all the scriptures that are there are in the memory of the true knowledge that we have. It's just a memory, probably mixed memory. But we have the authority of that knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end. So one Baba said, the world Almighty belongs to you. So you have the authority of all that is there in the world. Second, you have the authority of the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world, based on which the other scriptures have been written. Okay. And then Baba says, this is why The knowledge of Gita is said to be the mother and father of all the holy books and scriptures. If you go today and say that all the other scriptures of the world are based on the Gita, they won't agree and they won't like. But Baba says that's what it is. Because the Gita is the only scripture which has been spoken directly by the Almighty. All the other scriptures are just memories of those scriptures. Baba says it is called the jewel of all scriptures. Who listens to the Gita directly? Gita also, one is to directly hear the Gita from the Almighty God, and the other is to hear a secondary Gita, again created through memory by us in the copper age, and then listening to it. So Baba says, who listens to the Gita directly? The Brahmins. So you are the authorities of that, are you not? Authorities of what? Authorities of the Gita. In the same way, whose religion is the number one religion of all religions? All religions take birth from your Brahmin religion. The Brahmin religion is the root of all the religions, isn't it? Baba comes and he implants this something of all the religions of the world. And the first religion or first, clan that comes out of that sampling is the Brahmin clan or a religion. That's the first established religion by God. Baba says this religion has other specialities too. The Brahmin religion is established directly by the Supreme Father. So one, it is the first religion based on which all the other religions have been created. And second, it is the religion established directly by the Supreme Father. Other religions are established by the fathers of other religions. This is the one religion that is established by the Supreme Father. All other religions are established by his children. People speak of the Son of God. They call Jesus Christ the Son of God. That one is not God. You are the authorities of the elevated religion that is established directly by the Supreme Father. It's such a big intoxication that we are the authorities of the religion. We are the authorities of the religion that was established directly by God, the Almighty. It's such an elevated religion based on which all the other religions for the next 5,000 years, they are established. And Baba goes on, you are those who have the authority of being the direct mouth-born children of Adipita Brahma. We've heard so much about Brahma being the Adipita, being the Prajapita in the scriptures. And we've heard that Brahma is the father of this world, right? But we never understood how did he create all of us? if he's the father of the world, how did he create us? But when we came in this knowledge, Baba told us that he creates his direct mouth-born children first, which he calls the Brahmins, and from them the others come. So that in itself is an authority that I am the direct mouth-born child of Aditya Brahma. You are the authorities of leading a life of most elevated action. Baba is teaching us the most elevated actions amongst all, right? In 5,000 years. When we learn that, that's when we go into the golden age and become deities. So that's another authority, an authority of leading a life with the most elevated actions. Baba says, you are the authorities of receiving the actions, receiving the reward of the elevated actions, which is your right to the unshakable kingdom of the world. One is the authorities of leading a life of most elevated actions, and second is the authority of receiving the reward of those elevated actions. What we learn here in the confluence age, the sacrifices that we make, the renunciations that we make, we get the reward of those actions, the service that we do in the form of an unshakable kingdom of the world in the golden age. So we become authorities of that world as well. That's our reward. And it's unshakable kingdom. Why? Because there's only one kingdom and nobody can shake it. Nobody can take our kingdom from us because we're all part of one kingdom. Baba says, you are the authorities of being worshipped by devotees. Aren't we? The authorities of being worshipped by the devotees. If you were to carry on counting this list, it would become much longer. It's so nice to churn on this. What all authorities Baba has given to us. Baba himself, I think, gave about 6 or 7, but Baba says there are many more. You can make a list. Baba says, do you understand how great the authorities are? Yes, Baba, we understand, but sometimes we do forget. So do you understand what great authorities you are? Even the Father salutes those who have such authority. When Baba says this, he says out of utmost genuinity that the Father salutes those who have such authority. Baba says this is the greatest authority of all. Bab Dada is very pleased to see those who have such authority. Not all Brahmins have all authority. That is also number wise, Baba says. The more you stay in the intoxication of being an authority, the more you become an authority. And Baba says he gets very pleased when he sees those who have such authority. Baba says, all of you have worked hard and brought about growth as a result of your task of service. Growth in what? Growth in the yajna and growth in our own stage. Baba says, you have shown the path to your brothers and sisters who have been wandering around. So those who are non-Brahmins, Baba says, you have shown that path to them who were wandering around. You are making effort very well to give a few drops of peace and happiness to the thirsty souls and thereby making them into satisfied souls. It's such a nice feeling to be able to give a few drops of peace and happiness to souls which have been thirsty for so many births actually, and satisfying them. It's such a great feeling. And Baba says only you can do that. Baba says, you have fulfilled in practice the promise that you have made to the Father and brought bouquets in front of him. Bouquets of what? Bouquets of souls. Baba says you've brought bouquets of souls, so you fulfilled your promise in practice. No matter whether it's large or small, Baba loves even the small bouquets. You have fulfilled this promise and will continue to do so even more. Some of you have created a necklace and brought it here, and others have created a garland. Some have created a bracelet and others have created a ring. All of these are Bab Dada's jewelry. So Baba is saying all the new souls that you get, they're jewels for Baba. Each jewel is a valuable jewel. You have brought very beautiful jewelry in front of the Father. What are you going to do now in the future? What will you do with the jewelry now? So somebody would have said, we'll polish it. Baba says, you have come to Madhuban and so it will be polished. We don't need to polish the jewelry. Baba says, since it has come to Madhuban, they will automatically be polished. Who? The new souls, new Brahmin souls. Baba says, you don't have to polish them. Now, keep it in a showcase. Everyone should be able to see this jewelry sparkling in the showcase of the world. So keep these jewels in a showcase, in a museum. How is it placed in the showcase? Baba says, it's very good that they have come in front of the Father and the Brahmins. They now have to be placed in front of the world. The revelation. Now make a plan so that the sound emerges from every corner of the world, that the children of God are revealed everywhere. It should be like a wave, like a movement. Baba says this word should emerge from every corner of the world, that the children of God are revealed everywhere. There should be the same wave spread everywhere, both in every corner of Bharat and the lands abroad. The same wave spread across the world. It is the same sun and moon that are seen everywhere in the world at different times. We see the same sun and moon at every corner of the world, even though at different times. In the same way, let the children of the Sun of Knowledge be seen from every corner of the world. The sparkle of the stars of knowledge should be visible everywhere. There should be the same thing in everyone's thoughts and words, that together with the sun of knowledge, the stars of knowledge have been revealed. Think of that time, not in the very far future, it's in very near future. Think of that time when everybody, every soul in the world would realize that the sun of knowledge and the stars of knowledge are here. Up to now, Baba says, you have been playing your incognito parts. Now, let your rules be revealed. Make a plan for this, and Bab Dada will then tell you more. See, in Lokik also they say that unless and until you are ready, don't reveal yourself. Same way Baba also says in a way that you should reveal yourself quickly, means make yourself ready quickly. The reason why the revolution still has not happened is because we are not ready. Baba says, if Baba were to remain seated here and speak of each of the specialities of each of you jewels, many nights would pass. The specialty of each one of you children is sparkling on your forehead like a diamond. To all the special souls, to all the serviceable children who give the proof of service and who are constantly engaged in remembrance and service to the serviceable Master, Almighty Authorities, to the extremely lovely children who fulfill the desires of everyone whilst being merged in love, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And from us, serviceable children, our remembrance and namaste to the sweet, spiritual, almighty Bab Dada. It was a short Murli. We will give 1 minute to just think about what we heard from Baba and then share our journeys. Okay. Anyone wants to share their journeys from today?
Om Shanti Shivani Ben.
Om Shanti.
You know, the word that I am the Almighty Authority or child of the world Almighty Authority. And to know even the authority of all these scriptures, whether it be the Bible or the Quran or the Gita, all emerged from me. And it's we Brahmins who give a call. It's such a great intoxication. But let me tell you, does it go deep down in each one of us? When we go down to the world above, are we able to hold our head high and say, what are you speaking of scriptures? Nobody would have read the scriptures like me. Nobody would have done the devotion like we Brahmins. And we are the world almighty. It's such an intoxication. Baba keeps repeating, even in the Sakar Murlis list of authority. But deep down, is it there in us? Can we hold our head high and go? Even when they speak of the Gita which we hear being, वो जो बोलते हैं ना, हर शाम को गीता पढ़ाते हैं, and there are those people in authority who interpret the Gita and all. Are they really able to hit the nail on the coffin to know that we are the authorities of this religion, and that one thing, a religion directly established by Supreme Father, and we are direct mouthborn. What my intoxication I think Baba has to give us. But honestly, this doesn't go sometimes, even including myself, deep down. Because when we hear outside people debating or talking about this and all, somewhere something down dilutes within us. Are we really the authority, or is it that Baba is just placing a crown on us? But I think this paragraph should be read and reread and reread. As usual, of course, Baba says, you're very good, you've got jewel and all. But I think this world almighty authority, even when Baba says you are master almighty authority, that I am master powerful. Such kind of swamans to go deep down. As other day Baba said, सिर्फ सुनना नहीं, relate करना नहीं, एक एक घोट घोट में अंदर भर के जाना है. So that when I go out, my features and face will reveal. I think this is what I really want to take deep down about this word authority. How much do I push it within my system, that so that I needn't go and open my mouth, but my face and features can reveal. मैं कौन हूँ? Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. I think that's a very, very, very important and valid point that you have brought up. That Baba keeps saying in these Murlis, even Sakar Murlis, he says, you are authorities. He keeps highlighting our, our value. We are very valuable souls if you look at it. Right? And Baba knows that value. But sometimes we understand it, especially when we read the Murli, we churn, and when Baba says you're almighty, we are almighty's authorities, right? We are master almighty authority. Many times Baba uses that word. You are master almighty authority. We hear this very superficially, you're right. But it doesn't penetrate deep down into the soul. Or even if it does, very quickly it gets dissolved somewhere. Right? When we go out and about in the world, we start, you know, getting muddled with whatever is happening around us, and we forget that. So the churning is, how do we make sure that we remember that we are the authority? And you are absolutely right. You're very right in saying that when you are an authority, you don't need to go and tell everyone I'm an authority. You are one, and you are accepted as one. And I think when we have that constant awareness that I am the authority, when we have that constant awareness, that's when everyone else accepts us as an authority. Today, we don't have that constant intoxication or the constant awareness that I am the authority of knowledge. I am the one who knows the beginning, middle, and end of the world. My religion is the one from where all the other religions have come. I am a direct child of Prajapita Brahma. I am the direct child of Supreme God, Father. I think till the time that seeps into us, we will not be accepted. And that's, I think, the law. I was reading the Murli yesterday and I was thinking that Baba spoke about being authority and then about the revolution, even though he was talking in the context of the jewels. But the day we get into that constant awareness, I think it follows soul consciousness. That's my experience. The more you become soul conscious, the more you have the awareness of your authorities and you stay in that swaman and stay in that pride of who I am, such a valuable soul, especially at the confluence age. I am the authority of worship. I've been worshipped in the copper age. So I think these are very intoxicating and very important authorities that we need to be in awareness of and need to understand what are the reasons why we miss out on these awarenesses or miss out in being an authority conscious, and how can I retain that awareness more and more and more and the day it becomes constant, everybody will automatically accept. We don't even have to say anything. So thanks for bringing that out, sister. Anyone else?
Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. Om Shanti.
Is it audible?
Yes, it's audible.
Om Shanti. Actually, the very nice discussion going on regarding Almighty Authority, Master Almighty Authority. Actually, Baba, what says it means, that's all. He doesn't say anything superficially. What he says, it means. And by that, what I understand, that Baba says that, my dear child, first you have to be aware who you are. Earlier, we were of the view that I am a body. And due to that body consciousness and all the ifs and outs, pros and cons after body consciousness, when the Baba gave us the knowledge, made us aware that, my dear child, you are not a body, you are a soul. And when this awareness came, the knowledge came. Earlier we were in darkness. And when this knowledge came, that is when the light came, the things were very, very clear. And when the things were very, very clear, we could do the Purusharth after awareness that I am a soul, I am light. These are inputs which Baba gave. When we were aware of that, we did the Purusharth as Baba wanted to do, and then by the light we got the might. That is what Almighty, A for awareness and L for light, and then when you get the light, you become might. That's the Almighty. That actually what Baba means to say by Master Almighty Authority, that, my dear child, whatever that will happen with you, whatever that is coming in future, you are the creator of that. So whatever actions we do, that is the output which we get like pralabdha. So we are the persons, we are the, what to say, real artist of our pralabdha. We are the real creator of our future. So in that sense, Baba says that, my dear child, you are the Master Almighty Authority. The thing is that as when we become Swarajyadikari, right? When we become Swarajyadikari, we become the master of this kshetra, that dharma kshetra, what is it? That's body. That we are the master of this body. And when we are the master of this body, that means master has got we became the master because we got the light, the knowledge, and we got the might. And in that process, Baba says, you are the Master Almighty Authority. That whatever you are doing now, the outcome is totally dependent on you. So you are the really creator of your future. So Baba says, मैंने आपको भाग लिखने की कलम दे दी है. So जो भी तुम चाहते हो तुम कर सकते हो. In that sense, Baba says you are the Master Almighty Authority. That is awareness that I am light. And when you are aware that you are light, you get the might, and that the Master Almighty Authority. Om Shanti.
Yes, very true, brother. With knowledge comes that awareness, right? You said Baba gave us knowledge that you're Almighty Authority, and you're right. Whatever he says, he means. You know, only in this world, the souls don't say what they mean and don't mean what they say. But when Baba says something, because he's truth, right? He doesn't even know what being untrue is. So whatever he says is actually true and he means it. And when he says you are light, when he says you are Master Almighty, he means it. And it is the truth. But it's for me to keep that in my realization. It's absolutely right. That Master Almighty means at this time, in this awareness, whatever I do, I can just create my own life for the next 5,000 years. And when you look at it, it's not just my life, it's the direction that the world will take. And that is Master Almighty. Today, my actions define what will happen in the world tomorrow. Many times Baba says in the Murli that don't you hear the cries of all the souls in the world? They are waiting for you, Master Almighties. You reveal yourself and liberate them from their sorrows. That's an authority. That's an almighty authority. So we are not just making our lives through our actions, through our awareness, but we are liberating every soul in this world.
Om Shanti. Actually, see, Baba doesn't. Baba Baba is just making us aware. We are a soul. We are light, and we are having might. But due to kusang, because with the body and with the body concept, with that kusang, we have forgotten our reality. We are a soul, and when we are of the view, are of the awareness of the belief that I am a soul, that might comes. Similarly, a doctor, when he forgets that he's a doctor, he forgot that he's a doctor, he cannot do the practice. Similarly, we have forgotten that I am a soul due to this kushang. So it is said that when satsang, the real satsang comes, that is satsang, when Sat Baba comes and gives us the real sang, then we become aware that, oh my God, I'm not a body, I'm a soul. And the moment we start getting awareness that I am a soul, we started feeling combined with Baba, and when then getting combined with Baba, light comes, might comes, and now we're totally in a different world. Moon, the star, all the things are same, but now I am different. My thought process is different. Everything becomes different. So that's the change in my life when the awareness comes that I am a soul. When the awareness comes that you are not a body. So that thing totally changes our life, basically. And so Baba is only making us aware that, my dear child, you are a soul. We were a soul. Even if we were body conscious, we were a soul only. But we were not soul conscious, we were body conscious. Baba is just triggering that setting. Just like when the child gets the mobile, he spoils the setting and the things becomes very critical. And when it goes to the master comes and sets in the proper way. And when the setting is of soul conscious from body conscious, things become wonderful. The same mobile is working nice. I am the same person. now moving in the right direction, feeling light, feeling might, feeling confident. The world is then the world is mine. Earlier, I was of the view that, oh my God, everything is against me. Everything is against me. When I'm combined, when I'm feeling light, when I'm feeling the might, when I'm combined with Baba, now I find the world is mine. Everything is mine. The world is beautiful. In that sense, basically, Baba is talking like that. Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing. I think I like that analogy that you made, that, you know, the factory reset of the mobile, right? So in these 5,000 years, we did a lot of things to our, to the soul, and soul is like a mobile. So and Baba comes and does a factory reset, reminds us who we are, that we are a soul, we are a point of light and energy. And from that comes all the other knowledge, that I'm an authority, I'm a master almighty authority. So that's the first and the last lesson that Baba talks about, that you're a soul, you're a light. So the more we stay in that awareness of being soul conscious, I think the more we stay in the awareness of our role in the confluence age, our 5 stages across the 5,000 year cycle, and everything comes to us. And the more we stay away from soul conscious, we keep all these things keep getting diluted. So the key to being in that awareness is to try and be more and more soul conscious, be in Baba's presence, be combined with him at all times. And everything will automatically. Anyone else wants to share something?
Om Shanti. So,
Okay.
yeah, one good intoxicating point that Baba said about Brahmins is Brahmin religion is the root of all religions. All religions take birth from the Brahmin religion. So, which is, because we are the direct, creation, the mouthbone, right? So if we think about the religious founders and all that, right? So the knowledge that they get to create that religion is actually given by the Brahmins. Okay, so that happens during the Sankam Yuga, right? So if we think about that, yeah. So then the knowledge that they get, right? So it is so we directly take the knowledge from God and then teach them right about God, and then later they come down and with that knowledge, right, they create their respective religion. So which actually, it's very intoxicating point, and actually make us really the root of all religions, the Brahmins. Yeah, thank you. And just
Yes.
adding that, Gita is, considered to be the holy books of all books, right? So yes, so only Gita has got Bhagavan Vach. So no other scriptures, right? As that word Bhagavan Vach, because everything is created out of Gita. It's still getting created. It's again very intoxicating point, and we have the fortune of directly listening Gita from God. Yeah. Great option. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, brother.
Shivani Ben, but I just wanted to ask you something. Baba always has these two funny things complaining that I'm omnipresent and Krishna has been replaced by me in the Gita. He has always been told us. I just want to know, really, this Bhagwan Vach, which we know is Paramatma Vach, what percentage of that Has it really gone down? Of course, Baba says in the end it will happen. It will happen. It shall happen. Where all fingers will point at wohi hai. But if you just see now, I say, Baba, even so much we can't do to make people realize the truth that Bhagwan was cannot be Krishna. How can the child be quote the Gita? How can you be replaced? Whatever you say. I have listened to Usha Ben's the way she really speaks about with all these in the Gita. But these Mahan Atmas, Mahan Sant and all, when I see the way they wrote about saying about Krishna, and now the brother was just saying Bhagwan Vach. I think what authority, how much we should really have. We cannot speak. Nothing you have to speak, I think. It's a great glaring, I find, and a kind of drawback in me, like how do I really assert myself? And the day when it comes, it is not Sri Krishna, but it's Paramatma. I think we have a whole, that first thing is done. Omnipresent can be taken care of by other means. I was just sharing what is my point of view. If you could also throw some light.
Yes, you're absolutely right, sister. I think the penetration in terms of us telling or us making others realize these 2 points. One is omnipresent, and the other is that Gita is spoken by the Almighty and not Krishna, right? Those are two different things. While we have a lot of content that is being created, Bridgmon, Bhaiji, Usha, Didiji, a lot of others from foreign lands also, they keep doing that. But Baba has in one of the Murlis, one of the Abhyakt Murlis, he mentioned that all the fathers of all the religions will also come in the end, right? While they'll not be able to do the Purusharth, because they will not come in the golden age, they'll come in copper age, so they'll not do the Purusharth. But they themselves are also mini authorities in their religions, right? So when they will come and when they will accept Baba as the Father, Baba as the one Almighty authority, that is when that wave will come. And it will be all of a sudden. It will not take time. Because there will be no time to do Purusha. That will be when it will be too late to do Purusha. That's when they'll come. But the moment they accept, all souls of their particular religions will accept. And that's when this whole wave will come that yes, God is not omnipresent. It's not Krishna. It's the Almighty. It's Shibaba. So it will not take time. It's not like we have to explain it to everyone, but it will happen. And you're right, you don't have to say it. But the reason why we have all these events of, Gita Ka Bhagwan, you would have seen that event and all. We invite all the religious, the father of all religions. We invite all the religious authorities just on the lookout that, you never know when those souls of Christ, the soul of Guru Nanak, the soul of all the other religious leaders will come. And when it touches them, and then they accept, and then it gets accepted elsewhere. I think that's what my churning. I was thinking, I think some time back about all this after reading that movie.
And in addition to that, sister, the praise of deities and the praise of Almighty has been mixed up.
Yes.
So people really got confused, or devotees really got confused. What are the praises of deities and the Almighty, Krishna and Shiva? So that needs to be distinguished between who's what and what is the divine acts of Shiva, which cannot be done by the sun, right? Sri Krishna.
Yes. And I think when Baba says that you reveal yourself and you will reveal me, automatically is how that happens. When we reveal ourselves, the deity souls, that's when we also reveal how we become deity souls is because of him, right? So he gets revealed through us. And the differentiation also gets revealed. But yes, that is very important, that God is different and deities are different. Deity souls are different. They come into the cycle of birth. And God, who's always the truth, he doesn't take birth. So that difference will be very, very evident as we move along towards the end. It's becoming more and more evident today as well. But yes, that it still looks far. But it's also sudden that, we won't even get time to prepare. That's why Baba keeps talking about being ever ready. It will just happen suddenly. Everything will happen. Anyone else wants to add anything?
Om Shanti.
Shanti Sanjay.
Just now, something came in my mind, and what I started realizing that in Bhagavad Gita, it is Sri Bhagwan was, right? Not only Bhagwan was, Sri Bhagwan was. And when it is Sri, it is called Srest. Similarly, there were different Ram, but Sri Ram is different. Similarly, Krishnas are many Krishnas, but Sri Krishna is different. When you talk about Sri Krishna, you're talking about Shiva. Sri Ram, talking about Nirakar. Similarly, see, when the people has now understood that we are not a body, we are a soul. You cannot see the soul, but the soul is doing everything. Why? Because when the soul is absent, the body doesn't do anything. So this belief has come that yes, the soul speaks, the soul does everything. You cannot see the soul, you can experience the soul, you can have the confidence that yes, the soul is in this body because the body is working. Earlier, the view was that body is doing everything. Now, even you cannot see the soul, still now this concept has come. It is a common belief now that soul does everything. When the soul comes out of the body, body cannot do anything. Similarly, that knowledge has to be spread very clearly. Let's see, when we talk about Bhagwan Bhagavati, see, all are Bhagwans, but the people confuse. When it is Sri Bhagwan, right? When it is Sri Bhagwan, it is called Shiva Baba. Because Bhagwan means Bha for Bhumi, Ga for Gagan, Va for Vayu, O for Agni, and Na for Need, 5 tattva. We do the Purusharth and we become Bhagwan Bhagavati. That comes in the Murli also. That if we can do the Purusharth, we become Prakriti Jit. That is, we become Bhagwan and Bhagavati. And Shiva Baba is Sri Bhagwan. Okay. He's a Sreshta of all. He's the Sreshta of all. He doesn't take birth, basically. Even we do not take birth. ऐसा आत्मा होता है. आत्मा क्या होता है? सिर्फ शरीर में आता है और फिर दूसरे में जाता है. आत्मा भी तो एक तरह से कह सकते हैं कि आत्मा भी अजन्मा है. Similarly, we can put that thing by rigorous analogy and discussion that yes, we just tell that okay, Sri Krishna gave the knowledge of Gita. When we were seeing the serial of Mahabharata, and Sanjay was there with Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra told, now see, it seems that Krishna is telling, but no, the voice has changed, everything has changed. Everything has changed. And he doesn't seem that Krishna, which was there with Arjuna. He seems to be a different Krishna. He seems to be a Sri Krishna, Sreshth Krishna, because his उसका लंबाई ऊंचाई बहुत महान विशाल हो गया है, as if something different is happening. So he is not the same Krishna. He is the Sri Krishna. Similarly, when Brahma Baba जब ज्ञान सुनाते थे हम बच्चों को, तो कुछ लोग कहते हैं ब्रह्मा बाबा सुनाते हैं, लेकिन जब ये नॉलेज आया कि ये ब्रह्मा बाबा आकर, शिव बाबा आकर ब्रह्मा के तन में बैठता है, तो that thing has to be made very, very clear. Then we can put the belief that yes, Shiva Baba gives the knowledge. Although it is not very easy, but yes, it can be done in the same way. Om Shanti.
While you were sharing, brother, that whole scene came in front of me while I was in childhood. I watched the serial where Krishna says that, and he increases in size and it's an unlimited space. And Arjun says, "Please bas karo. I cannot take that stage." I guess that's the valid point for one to look at it, that or how Bhagwan is different than a deity. And that itself will reveal in an uncertain achanak ke part mein, that we will not even have to say anything.
That is na Bhagwan and Sri Bhagwan. Sri Baba is Sri Bhagwan. Ram are many, but Sri Ram is only one, Nirakar. Krishna is many. Krishna means जो सबको आकृष्ट करता है, लेकिन जो ये कृष्ण को भी आकृष्ट करता है, Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is Baba. So in Gita it is told not Bhagwan was, but Sri Bhagwan was. जितने भी भगवान भगवती है, भी यहाँ पास कैसे भारत में बहुत सारे भगवान हैं. It doesn't mean they are all gods. उन्होंने पुरुषार्थ कर, जैसे ना भगवान भूमि, गगन, वायु, अग्नि, नीर 5 तत्वों पर प्रकृति जीत प्राप्त की है. तो श्री भगवान, the master, the maestro is Shiv Baba, and Baba gives the knowledge, and by doing that purusharth we become Bhagwan and Bhagwati. It doesn't mean that we all are God. यहाँ भगवान अनेक है नहीं, भगवान एक है, but we are called Bhagwan Bhagwati because we have done the Purusharth, we become Prakriti Jeet. Because Bhagwan means who become the master of the 5 elements. Prakriti Jeet बनते, उसको कहते हैं भगवान. और जो वो सिखाता है, that is Sri Bhagwan. So Baba is Almighty, we become Master Almighty in that sense. Om Shanti.
Very true, brother. I think a very different way of looking at it. And Shri Ram and Shri Ram, that also Baba keeps saying in the Murli, that when they are referring to that Ram, it's me. Even in the Guru Granth Sahib, they refer to Ram, but they are not referring to that deity Ram. They are referring to Shiv Baba.
See, even in Bhakti, they do not say Jai Ram, they say Jai Sri Ram, right? Jai Sri Krishna. They do not say Jai Krishna. They say Jai Sri Krishna. And when about Ram also, they say Jai Sri Ram, not Ram. So Ram and Sri Ram is different. We have to understand that.
Yeah. And you're right that we need to continue to revisit it amongst the souls and keep giving that logic to them. One day they will accept, sooner than later. Okay, I think that was a great journey on the authorities that Baba has mentioned. Probably we can also go back and make a list of the authorities, as Baba has said. There are many more. He mentioned some, but there are many more authorities that we have. And when we are doing that, we'll also be churning and we'll also be embodying those and maybe keep those notes with us. So it was a very beautiful Murli, very powerful Murli, empowering Murli. And thank you, Baba, for that. We'll take 1 minute of silence, thanking Baba.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I will just
yes, sorry.
Quick announcement for tomorrow's class. So tomorrow, Shwetan Bhai shall be conducting a Murli Mandam session on the Murli dated it's 11th March 1981. So request all divine family to attend and take the benefit. Yeah, with that.
Just to add on, Vijit Bhai, this is the same Murli that we are reading.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Definitely. Yeah, same early, yeah, same. Over to you, sister, for meditation.
No, thank you, Prachitai. We will just go in silence for a minute. Thank Baba for his lovely versions and choosing me to be his mini almighty authority. And then we'll go out and about. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, Baba. Thank you, Shivani sister. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a beautiful day. Om Shanti.